Yeah, hello everyone. Am I audible to all of you? Can you please confirm in the chat, guys, if I'm audible? Yeah, hello. Yeah, hi, Aniruddhan. Hi, hi, guys. Okay, so thanks for the confirmation, guys, and welcome to day 12 of our Computer Vision for Developers series. So today we'll try to learn how we can deploy web application on the AWS Cloud. Okay, so I think remember, guys, we created one web application. Okay, in our last class. So let me show you. So if you go to my playlist, so this is the playlist, guys, Computer Vision for Developers. And see, we have completed till day 11 and we saw how we can create web application for image classification task. Okay, now we'll try to deploy this web application over the AWS Cloud. And see, I'm not going to show you the CI/CD deployment because see, this is the advanced concept. Whenever we'll be learning the end-to-end development, that time I'll show you, okay, how we can do the CI/CD deployment, how we can make the entire automation pipeline. Okay, so today the deployment I'm going to show you. So this deployment will try to deploy over the EC2 instance with the help of Docker. Okay, so with the help of Docker, we'll try to deploy our project. Yeah. So if you're new to my channel, guys, please try to subscribe and like this video. And if you need anything else, guys, from my side, let me know. Definitely, I'll try to bring that content over my YouTube channel. Only I just need your support. Okay, so I think we can start. So for these guys, you should have the AWS account, to all of you. Okay, you should have the AWS account. So try to log in with your account. If you don't have the account, you can create one. So it's like very simple. Just try to sign up with the AWS console. It will ask for some information. Then you have to add your card. Maybe initially it will charge you 1 to 2 rupees. Okay, and you will be getting $300 free credits, and this is enough for learning. Yeah, so first of all, let me show you the project I'm going to deploy. So here is the project, guys. I think in day 11 I already uh, published over my GitHub. Let me show you, guys, class materials. See, if you go to the description, guys, there I already added the class materials, and there I also mentioned my Telegram group link. Okay, so this is the Telegram group link. So if you are interested, guys, you can also join my Telegram group, and here you can also do the discussion, okay, with each other. If I watch the entire playlist, I will be aware about the most of the concept of computer vision. Yeah, completely. Okay, whatever concept you have inside computer vision, you will be covering everything. Howdy. So in the day 11, guys, I already updated my code. So if I show you, so this is the code, guys, I already updated. Only you just need to replace your model inside the model folder. Okay, model I can't upload because model size is a little bit bigger. So in the GitHub, actually, we can't upload any big size file. Yeah, Discord, I'm also planning whether I will create a Discord channel or I will create a like WhatsApp group. Okay. All the link is mentioned in my description. So try to check the description. From there you can join, guys. Yeah. So first of all, to deploy this project, guys, what I will do, I'll try to separately upload in my GitHub. So let me copy the entire project. And here, what I will do, I'll just try to make a folder. I think it is already built. Okay, I already built before that. You can see web app. So now let me upload this web app to my GitHub. Okay, I will try to create a new repository. Tomorrow object detection. I have to see my plan. Okay, what would be the agenda for tomorrow? Definitely we'll see the update in my live section. Okay. Yeah, then I'll go to the repository. Then I'll create a new repository. So here I'll just write web app. deployment on AWS. Okay, using Docker. So now I'll make it as public. Add readme file. Readme file I think I already have there. Now readme file I'll add. Git ignore I'll take Python, and license I'll take MIT license. So I'll be ready for the market. Do I need to study more? No, you will be ready for the market. Yeah, after completing this playlist. Now let's create the repository. Now I'll try to clone it, copy, and here I'm going to clone it. So git clone, paste the link. Okay. Now inside that I have my .git file, git ignore, and license. I'll copy, and what I will do, I'll just try to mention it here. And this folder I can remove it right now. Now I'll try to open up my VS Code. Yeah, thank you guys. Okay, now you have to commit this code to the GitHub, guys. Okay, and see, this model we can't upload. So what I will do, I'll just create a git keep file here. So git keep file. Inside that, I will try to mention my model name. So what it will do, it will try to ignore this model. Okay, it will not upload this model to the GitHub. Now you can ask me then how I will get the model. I'll tell you. Okay, I'll tell you the steps how you can get the model. So yeah, we have added. Now if I show you, see, this model won't be uploaded, I think, but still it is visible. VG16 model .git file h5, or in the git ignore, what I'll do, I'll just try to mention the model name. So now if I show you, see, this model is removed. Okay, so let's see, if you don't want to upload anything, you can mention inside .git ignore, and either you can also mention in the .git keep file. .git keep means, let's say this is a folder. Now inside that you have the model file, but if you delete this model and if you upload this code to the GitHub, so empty folder would not be uploaded in the GitHub. So that's why we keep this .git keep file, so that you can understand, okay, so there is a model file is available. And this will ignore this model. So whenever you'll commit the code, now it will ignore this model. It will not upload this model to the GitHub, because at the end deep learning model size is bigger. Okay, so if I show you the VG16 model, so this is the size of the model. It's 129 MB. So we can't upload 129 MB in the GitHub, okay, in a one shot. That's why. Now let me commit the changes. So what I can do, I'll write git tagged. I'll tell you, okay, how it will get the model. So for this, let's add the code first of all, then I'll try to commit. So we'll download the model from the Google Drive. Okay, so first of all, we will keep this model in the Google Drive. So let me show you. So this is my Google Drive, guys. This is a folder. Here I'm going to upload this model. So whenever, let's say, you will execute the code, first of all, it will download the model from the Google Drive. Okay, then it will do the prediction. Then we will write one condition. First of all, we'll check this model is available or not in the model folder. If not, then we'll download. Okay. Yeah. So let me write the code. Now AWS, at the end, there will be some cost if you are not using free tier account. Okay. If you have the, let's say, $300 credit, then it will not charge you if you are using the free tier instance. Okay, that time. Okay. Now, first of all, here, see, before initializing static folder, so here we are loading the model. So here we'll just write the code. Download model from the Google Drive. So I already written a code. So for this, you have to use one package called gdown. Okay, gdown. So with the help of gdown, you can download anything from the Google Drive. So you have to install this package. So let's add in the requirement. Okay. I can activate my Conda env list. So the environment I created called web app. So Conda activate web app. Now we'll install this package. So pip install -r requirement.txt. Done. Now let me show you the demo how it will download the model. So this is the code for the download operation. See, with the help of this code, change the file. So it should be output. I'll name it as VG16 model. I can pass the location, so model slash VG16 model. Okay. All right. So now I think it is fine. Yeah. So see here you have to give the file ID. Now where you will get the file ID? So see, after uploading this model in the Google Drive, just try to right click, click on share, copy the link. Okay. And make sure go to the manage access, and it would be restricted by default. Okay. Just click here and give to anyone with this link and copy this link address. Okay. Copy this link address. Now if I paste this link, let me show you. If I paste this link, so here is the model ID, file ID. So this is the file ID, guys. Try to copy this ID. See this red color you can see now, this is the file ID. I'll try to copy and here I'll replace it. Okay, I'll replace it. Now what will happen? It will create the URL. So you can see googledrive.com UC ID. So it will give the ID. That means it will access that particular file. Okay. And with the help of gdown.download, it will download that particular file with this name. Okay, inside this particular folder. Now let's remove this model and let me show you whether it is able to download or not. So I'll remove this line right now. So now see, model is not available. Now if I execute my app, first of all, it will download the model. For this, you can write a condition. So here I'll write a condition. If, let's say, first of all, I will list down. If operating system path.exist list dir model, so what it will return me. So let me do a trial experiment, guys. So for this, I'm going to create a test file. Okay, so here I'll do this trial experiment. Import OS. If os.list directory model, now what it will return me? Or I can just write, let's say, list of file is equal to os.list directory. Now if I print this list of file, now let's see what we have inside that. So Python test.py, it is having .keep only. Okay, now if you have the model, it will also give you the model. Now what we'll do, we'll just write a condition. If let's say VGZ, what is the name of the model? So this is the name. In list of file, this file is exist. Okay, or else this file is not exist. Okay, this file not exist. That time we'll try to download it. See, so right now this file is not exist, so it will return me this does not exist. Okay, let me execute. See, this does not exist. Okay, but if you have the file, so let's say what I will do, I'll just try to get back the file again. Stored. Now see, this file is back again. Now if I execute, see, this file is exist. Okay, so this condition, based on this condition, we'll try to download the model. I hope you got it, guys. Okay, so let me complete. So I'll copy this code and here I'll try to replace. Okay, so here we are checking if this file is exist, then file exist or else. Okay, in the else condition, we'll try to write this code. It will download that model, okay, from this ID. See, here I'm just trying to download that model file, okay, inside my model folder from the Google Drive. Okay, for this we are writing the condition. First of all, we are checking this file is exist or not, okay, in the model folder. If it is exist, that means I'm printing it is exist. Otherwise you are downloading it from Google Drive. Okay, very simple code. Now let me show you. If I execute my app.py, so Python app.py, now see, file is not exist. First of all, it will download the file. Because we'll be like deploying over the cloud now. So in cloud, this model file should be present, but we can't upload inside our GitHub. Okay, and if I'm not able to upload, that means I'm not able to clone that inside my AWS Cloud. That's why we're downloading it from the Google Drive. So going forward, we'll be also learning how we can download from the S3 bucket. Okay, so here I kept the file in the Google Drive. Later on, I will show you how we can download it from the S3 bucket. So Google Drive is a free one. That's why I'm utilizing the free one, free storage service. Okay, but whenever you will be implementing like very big project, you will be working with like huge model, huge data set. That time you can download it from the S3 bucket. This is also service from the AWS. So this is just a one-time initialization, guys. Once the model is downloaded, it will not load again. Okay. And again, my internet connection is a little bit slow. That's why it's taking time. But for you, it would be quick, I think. Now see, it is getting downloaded. Now, so what we can do, guys, we can maybe start the setup of our EC2 instance. Okay. Let me show you the commands. Just a minute. I'm going to add all the commands you need. Yeah, so here I'm going to add inside my readme file. So what is my port number? Port number is 8080. So here I'm going to mention 8080. See guys, for this deployment, you should have little bit knowledge on the Docker. Okay. So you should have knowledge on the Docker. So if you want to understand the Docker guys, what you can do in my YouTube channel, I have a playlist. Let me show you. So the playlist name is MLOPs Foundation, I think. Where is that MLOps Foundation? MLOps Foundation. So here you will see Docker for MLOps. Okay, you can go through this session, guys. You will understand what I am trying to do exactly. Yeah, Akash, you can maybe connect with no coder, so he will guide you. Okay, how you can reduce the overfitting condition. Yeah. Okay, so guys, if you're completely new to the Docker, I will suggest first of all go with this video, then you will understand, okay, what is the Docker and how we can containerize our application. So we'll make a container, that container will try to deploy. This is the idea. Okay, so now let me get back, and I think my execution is done. Now see, it is running. Now if I open up my application, localhost port number 8080, see this is running. Now if I pass the image, so let's say if I go to the download, go to this image, bones data, test, spiral fracture, upload, classify. Now see here, I'm getting the prediction. That means it is working fine, guys. Okay, now you can see model got downloaded. Okay, now if you're initializing for the second time, let's say if you're initializing for the second time, let's say again you are doing the prediction. Let's say with another image. See, it's still running. Okay, this is not downloading the model. Let me show you another thing. If I stop my application, if I re-execute it again, see, it is not downloading the model. Okay, why? Because it will check the condition first of all. It will check the condition. Here is the condition. So this model is exist or not. If it is already exist, it will give you the exist message. See, file is already exist. Okay, otherwise it will try to download. Okay, so that's how guys, if you are working with deep learning model which you can't upload inside your GitHub, what you can do, you can keep inside Google Drive, either you can keep inside S3 bucket, and from there you can download, okay, during runtime with the help of this particular code, this particular logic. I hope it is clear, right? Now let me remove the test.py file, it is not required. Now in the readme file, I'm going to add the steps. So this is the steps guys we'll be following to deploy our project. First of all, we'll try to launch a EC2 instance. There we'll try to install Docker first of all. Okay, Docker, because we'll be deploying this application with the help of Docker. So we have to install the Docker in the EC2 instance. So after installing the Docker, we'll try to clone our project. Then we'll try to build a Docker image. Okay, Docker image of our project. So here I can write this image name. I'm going to give it as web app. Okay, image web app, image cls web app, image classification web app. Okay, and then I'm going to run this Docker image. Then I'm also going to push it to the Docker hub. So push Docker hub. So here I'll replace the name. See, bones factor data will be getting from different website, not only Kaggle. If you're not getting in the Kaggle, try to refer any other website, Akash. Okay, but make sure in the training folder you should have lots of images. But for my training, I used very few images. Okay, that's why it got overfitted. Now let's try to commit the code in my GitHub. So I'll stop the execution. Clear. So git add space dot, then git commit -m. Let's say initial commit, then git push origin main, because this is the main branch. Okay, my code is updated. Now if I go to my GitHub, now if I refresh, so see my code is available. Okay, so make sure guys, first of all you try to commit your code in your GitHub. Okay, then you can deploy the project. No, in the dataset you will see image like is less. Okay, if you see the folder now, image is less there, Akash. That's why. Now here I already added the deployment step. Okay, how we are going to deploy the entire project. So this command will be using guys. So let me share you the link. So I will share this link in the chat. Even I will also add in my resources section. Okay, day 12 resources section, I will also add this link. You can follow. All right, now let's open up our AWS account. And here, first of all, you have to select the region. So here I have selected North Virginia, that means US East 1. Okay, based on your nearest region, you can select one. Let's say if you're in India, you can select the Mumbai. Okay, this region. Now here, search for EC2 instance. EC2 instance. Okay, EC2 instance is the virtual machine in AWS Cloud. In the Kaggle also, see, if you see the Kaggle, na, so if I go to the kaggle.com, brown factor image, na, brown factor image. See, if you see the bones factor data, this is the YOLO one. Kaggle bone fracture. This is the detection one, but I want the classification. Just open up the folder, training folder, and if you go to the image now, you will see like less images is there. Okay, that's why. If you open the folder, let's say all the fracture folder, just try to see how many images you have inside that, Akash. I know there are multiple category, but image like, let's say quantity is like less there. Maybe you can also try with this data, kidney disease data, Kaggle. So this is also CT scan image. This one I need the image file, CSV file. Why image file is not there? Image, CT kidney image data. Yeah, so inside that you have kidney CT scan image. Now see, normal, tumor, stone and chest. Okay, now if you open the folder, here you have so many images. Okay, so how many images you have inside that? See, 2283 files. Okay, so you have to use this quantity. See the data I shared with you. So inside the folder you have less images. Okay, that's why. Now try with this image, definitely it will work. Okay, you can see 2283 files are available in each category. See, if I open the stone also, so here also you have around 1000 images. Here also you have 5000 images. Here also you have 3000 images. Okay, always try to think beyond the 1000. Okay, share the link. So this is the link, kidney CT scan data. You can try with this and let me know. Okay, also join in my group. A link is mentioned in my description. I have shared one Telegram group there. You can join and let me know. Okay, fine. So let's continue our deployment. Let me close these are the link. This is not required. Fine. So yeah. So first of all, we'll try to launch an instance, guys. Okay. How to launch? So click on launch instance and give the instance name. So I'll give web app machine. And make sure you're selecting the Ubuntu instance. Okay. So in the deployment server, guys, we use Ubuntu machine. Okay. Not Windows, any other one. And here we'll be taking the instance type. So this is a deep learning project. Now at least you should have 8 GB memory. Okay. At least you should have 8 GB memory if you're running deep learning project, guys. Okay. 4 GB you can also take, but it would be a little bit slow. So I will suggest you go with 8 GB memory. And if you are creating like more complex application with some big project, a big model, that time you can take 16 GB memory, 32 GB memory. It depends upon your project configuration. Okay. And based on this size, they are also having their charging plan per hour. Let's say if you are using this T2 large, that means 8 GB memory. So per hour, it will charge you 12 rupees. Okay. On demand Windows based pricing, Windows demand SSC based pricing, Linux. Okay, see, this is the Windows one, but this is the, we are using the Ubuntu instance now, Linux based pricing. So this price it will charge you per hour. So 0.0928 USD per hour. Okay, not very much. So I'll select this particular instance, guys, because I need 8 GB memory at least to run my deep learning project. Okay. Then you can select the key value pair. If you don't have, you can create one. So let's say I'll create a web. And let's create the key value pair. So this key value pair you need whenever you want to access your machine through any third party, let's say tool, let's say Putty or Mobile Stream, that time you need this. But I'm going to directly launch my terminal over the AWS Cloud only. Then select these two options, HTTP traffic and HTTP traffic from the internet, these two options. Then configuration storage at least take 30 GB. Okay, now once everything is set, now launch the instance. See, just beside me there is a launch instance button is available. Okay, click here. I think you can see now, just beside me. I'll click here. Now if I click on view instance, just behind me, the right hand side below behind me, view instance. Okay, just try to click. Now see, it is running. Now the first thing, guys, what we'll do, we'll try to do the port mapping. Okay, because if you see my application is running on port number 8080. Okay, port number 8080, but this port number is not mentioned in the instance we have created. So I have to do the port mapping. How to do the port mapping? So here you have one option called security, then security groups. Then right hand side you can see edit inbound rules. Okay, click here and add rules, custom TCP port number 8080, and you can give 000. That means you can access from anywhere and save the rules. Now again I'll click on my instance, I'll open it. Now I'll try to connect it. So let's do the connect operation. Okay, so this is your terminal, guys. Linux terminal you got. Now here we'll try to set up everything. And this is what your production server, guys. Okay, here you are not going to get any user interface. Everything you have to run from the terminal. And how to learn execute Linux command? Again, you can use my MLOPs playlist for that. So this is the playlist, MLOps Foundation. So here also I discussed the Linux Foundation for MLOps. Okay, you can go with this session. So a little bit MLOps knowledge is required, guys. Okay, if you are doing this kinds of deployment and all, you should have a little bit knowledge on the MLOps. Like at least some tool like Linux, then Git and GitHub, then you have cloud platforms, then you have Docker. So you should have idea on top of that. Okay. Now the first thing, guys, we'll try to upgrade the machine. Okay, so for this here I have already mentioned the command. So first of all, copy the first command and execute it here. then I'll clear, then I will execute the second command. So these are Linux command, guys. Okay, give the yes permission by and press enter. Then I'll copy the third command to install the Docker, because Docker by default it is not available inside my EC2. Done. Now let's clear. And now I'll paste the next command. So this will first of all download the Docker HSS file. Okay, now if I do the ls, this file is available. Okay, now we have to install the Docker. So this is the command. Done. Again clear. Then next command I'm having this one. You have to add the Docker in the sudo group. Then the last command to initialize the Docker. Okay, now if you want to check whether Docker is running or not, you can execute this command. So Docker hyphen version. So see, Docker is running and the version is 28.1.1. Okay, now if you just run any Docker command, let's say Docker ps, now see there is no container running as of now. Okay, now the next thing, guys, we have to clone our project. So how to clone? Click on the code, copy the link address, come here and just write git clone and paste it the link. So it will clone the repository. Okay, now if I do the ls, now see this repository is there. Now I will go inside that. For this I will run cd command. So cd means change directory. I want to go inside web app. So web app. So if I just write we and press tab from my keyboard, it will auto complete. Okay, now I'll press enter. Now I'm inside this particular folder. Now if I do the ls, now see inside that whatever files and folder I have, it will list down. Okay, one thing I missed out, guys, because I need a Docker file to deploy this project now. So I haven't created a Docker file. So what I will do, I'll just create a Docker file here. Docker file. And here you have to mention the Docker commands. So these are the Docker commands you have to mention. So here I think, remember, we are using 3.11 image, not Slimbuster. And these are the commands. First of all, update the machine, then create the working directory. App inside that, just try to copy all of the source code, then install the requirements. Okay, then Python 3 app.py, your application will be running. So this is the Docker command, guys, you have to mention. That's it. Okay, now let me push the file again. Docker edit. Done. Now here we have to again clone that repository. So first of all, I will delete my existing repository. Clear ls. So if I want to delete it, first of all I have to get back cd dot dot. Now if I do ls, see this file is there, I can remove it like that. So rm-rf I have to give the name of the folder I want to delete. This folder I want to delete. Okay. Now if I execute, this will delete. Now if I again do ls, now see this is not there. Okay. Now again I'll try to clone my repo, because now I have added my Docker file. Okay. Now let me copy the code and git clone. There's the link. Now if I again do the ls, this is available. I'll go inside that. Now if I again do ls, now see Docker file is available. Okay, Docker file is available. If you want to see the Docker content, just write cat command, cat Docker file. See, inside that you have the content. I can zoom my screen. Now let's clear. Fine. Okay, now the next thing guys, what you have to do, so we have cloned the repository. Now we have to build the Docker image. Okay, for this you can execute this command. So let's copy this command, and here I have given my username guys. Okay, username. What username? My Docker Hub username. So you have to create one account in the Docker Hub. So Docker Hub login. Just try to search for Docker Hub login. So try to create one account here. So for me, I already have the account. Let me continue. So here is the username guys, ENTBappy. So I've copied this username, and previously I also let's say push some image. Okay, you can see this image is available inside my Docker Hub. Now anyone can use this image. Okay, if they want. So that's why we're giving the username, then slash my image name, then latest tag. So if you go through my Docker session, you will understand, okay, what I'm doing exactly. Now let's copy this command. Now we'll try to build the image. Let's execute. So this image build up will take some time guys. Let's wait. Based on your project size, it will take the time guys. And again, if you're installing TensorFlow, so TensorFlow takes some time to install because it's more than 300 MB, I think. Now it is installing my not requirement. It is upgrading my instance. Then after that, it will install the requirement. So that means here we are packaging the entire source code at a Docker image. Okay, Docker image, so that we can run as a container. And this is the advantage to use the Docker. Now anyone anyone can use my image without let's say setuping anything. So they should have Docker installed in their system. They can directly pull my image and they can execute. See, it's not a difficult class, not a coder. See, I think then you are not familiar with these kinds of tools, so that's why it is a little bit difficult for you. But just try to go through my classes, okay, that MLOPs classes, you'll be able to understand. Are you planning to do the same live session for the GenAI? I believe you can make the best session for GenAI. See, for GenAI, I have a different plan. I'll let you know, Akash, okay? And soon I'll try to announce that. Now it is installing my requirements file. See guys, see initially if you're doing it for the first time, I know that it would be a little bit difficult for you. So this class you can keep as a reference. Okay, whenever you want to deploy something, just try to refer my video. Okay, because this thing you don't need to remember. This is just a tool. Here we're using some tool and platform, and we're deploying the project. Okay, here nothing is like you have to memorize. All the resources I'm sharing you just need to follow and execute. That's it. And if you want to understand how these tools are working, why we're using the Docker, why we're using the EC2, you have to go through my MLOps playlist at time. Okay, because this is the concept of MLOps. And then whenever you are doing the deployment, you have to follow the MLOps. It's worth starting GenAI, or should I stick in deep learning? See, definitely GenAI, it is worth, because everywhere people are using GenAI. You have to study GenAI. Okay, without GenAI, there is nothing. See, previously, data scientist tag was machine learning, deep learning, NLP. Now data scientist tag is machine learning, deep learning, NLP, GenAI, MLOps. Okay, like that. I have desktop application. How I can measure the launching time for loading the UI page? Could you please help me to give any approach? How can measure the launching time of the loading time? I didn't get your problem statement, Vishwajit. You can connect me over my LinkedIn. We can discuss about it. We can do it with DL. So I learned that. Yeah. Now see guys, my image is ready. Okay. Now if I show you my image, so if you want to see the image, just run this command. So Docker images. Now see, my images has created. Okay. This image class web app has created. Okay. Now I can execute, and the size is 4 GB. Okay, you can see size is 4 GB. Okay, now we'll be executing this image as a container. How to execute? I mentioned the command. So you can see this is the command. So let's copy and execute. Okay, now see, if I execute, my container would be running. And I'm running in a detached mode, guys. Okay, so if you close the terminal also, if you close this window also, still your application will be running. Now my application is running on port number 8080. Now how to get the IP address? So click the copy the public IP address and paste it here and define the port 8080. Okay, now you'll be able to see your application. See, this is your application. Okay, now let's do the classification here. I'll pass an image and then upload and classify. So initially it will take some time because it will download the model. Now see, model got downloaded. Now here you can see the prediction. Now see, this application is live, guys. Okay, this application is live. Anyone can access my application right now, but I'm not going to share the URL. Otherwise what will happen, if you hit the request now, it will charge me. Okay, now you can buy you can like buy a hosting name. Okay, and you can deploy the application like that. So currently this is a IP address. Now you can also convert it to the any kinds of web name. Let's say host name. Let's say www.imageClassifier.com. Okay, so this kinds of like domain you can buy. So this is the concept of web development, guys. Those who know web development, I think they know better than me. Okay, how to purchase a domain name and all, and you can make it live to the user. Now anyone can come here and you can do the classification. Okay, this kinds of bones classification with your application. Got it? Now see, if I also close this window, still your application would be running. Now if I show you my container, so Docker PS, see, container is running. This container is running right now. Unless and until you are not stopping the container, this application will be running. But here you have the problem. Let's say there is another update you have done in your code. Again, what you have to do, again you have to clone, again you have to set up everything and you have to deploy the project. That means the way I showed you the entire deployment, you have to follow the exact same thing again. Okay, that's why we'll be using CI/CD approach, guys, going forward whenever we'll try to develop the end-to-end projects. So there, if you change anything in the code, and if you push the code in the GitHub, automatically it will trigger the automation and your code would be updated live. Okay. And now if I want to update my code, guys, what I have to do? First of all, I have to stop my application. So this application would be offline that time. Okay, then I have to update my new features. And definitely user will come here and they will see my application is offline. So they will give the bad feedback to my application. Okay, so that's why we have to follow the CI/CD approach, so that if I'm updating something in my code base, my application should be running always. Okay. And all the application you can see nowadays, so those they are using CI/CD approach in the backend. If they're updating any new features, this application is not getting down anytime. Now let's say the image we have created, guys, this image, I want to publish this image to my Docker Hub. How we can do it? So for this, here I've already mentioned the command. Now if you want to stop the container, guys, this is the command. So Docker stop, you have to give the container ID. So here, this is my container ID. I'll copy. Here you can write Docker stop container ID. Just try to paste. Okay, it is not the container ID. This is the container ID. I'll copy. And I'll run the command. Now see, it is stopped. Now if I again show you my Docker PS, there is no container. Docker PS, sorry, it should be Docker PS. See, there is no container. Okay, now if I refresh the application, it's not running. It is offline right now. It is offline right now. Okay, now I'm going to show you how we can push it to the Docker Hub. That means in the hub, how I want to push it, and anyone can use my app, guys, that time. So for this, here I have mentioned the command. So first of all, you have to remove the first of all you have to remove the Docker image. Okay, Docker image I have. So let's copy this command and execute it here. Okay, it's deleted. That means now my container is not there. I think Docker PS -a, there is no container. If I want to see the image, Docker images, image is there. Okay, if I want to remove the image, you can also remove the image, but I want to push this image to my Docker Hub. Okay, how to push? So first of all, you have to do the Docker login. So Docker login. Now it is telling you just go to this link. Let's copy this link, and here you have to activate that. So you are getting one-time code, guys. So what is the one-time code? This is the code. Copy and paste it here and continue. Confirm. That means it is authenticating with your hub, guys. Okay, now see, I'm set. Now if I come here, it's done. Login successful. Okay, now the next thing, guys, I have to push my image. And how to push? This is the command, Docker push your image name. Let's copy and paste it here. Now it will push my image to my Docker Hub. Now see, if I show you my Docker Hub, there is none of the image web app. That means image classification web app. Okay, now after pushing, you will able to see that particular app. So all of you, please hit the like, guys. Okay, almost done. Okay, so push is done. Okay, now if I go to my Docker hub, this is my hub. Now if I refresh, so see my image is present, image classification web app. Okay, now if anyone wants to use it, okay, what they have to do, click if I click on public view na, so see this is the command they have to run. Okay, docker pull entbappy slash image classification web app. Now copy, and I can pull this image and I can execute. Let me show you. First of all, I have to delete my old image. So how to delete? So this is the command. First of all, I will delete my old image, the old image I have, because if I show you na, I am having an old image, docker images. This is my old image. Now I want to delete this image. So press this command, it will delete the image. Now if I again run my docker images, now see there is no image. Okay, now I will pull my new image I have uploaded. Now see, anyone can pull my image, guys. I'm sharing the link. Anyone can pull my image. Can you see? I've shared you the link, guys. Just try to execute this command. It will pull the image in your system. Make sure you have the Docker install. Okay, you can either use Docker desktop. Docker desktop. If you have the Docker desktop, you can directly run. It's loading Docker desktop. See, Docker desktop. If you have the Docker desktop, guys, there you can run. Okay. Now what I will do, I'll come here and I will execute this command. So it will pull my image. So after pulling, again I'll try to execute. How to execute? So this is the command. Docker run. It will again run the application. I can come here, you can refresh. Your application should be running again. See, application is running. Okay. Now I'll go to do the classification. I'll give the data class, then classify. See, this is the prediction I'm getting. Okay, now see, it is predicting as oblique features. Okay, oblique fractures. Fine. Now see, if I also close this window, close this terminal, still my application would be running. Okay, if it still is running. Okay, now I can again do the classification. Oblique fractures. Okay. So yes, guys, that's how we can perform the deployment. Okay, with the help of Docker on the AWS Cloud. Now let me show you how we can clean up everything, because if you keep on running it, it will charge you. So if you want to clean up, so go to the instance, select your app, instance state. You can either stop it. Stop means you are only stopping, but this instance would be there. It will charge you for the storage. And you want to delete, so you have to click here, terminate and delete. Now it will shut down and delete your application, guys. Okay. Now the app we have pushed in my Docker hub, guys, you can use it. Okay. You can run it directly. And all the code, guys, I'm going to share in my resources section. From there, you can check it out. So yes, this is the deployment. That's how we can deploy any kinds of image classification app on the cloud. Now, next class, maybe I'm going to start with our next task, which is nothing but object detection. Okay, we'll start object detection, but I have to see my syllabus. Soon I'll try to schedule the class. You can check it out. Okay, so guys, this is all from this class today. I hope you liked it. If you have liked it, so please try to like the video and try to share it with your friends and family. And if you are new to my channel, please try to do the subscribe operation. Thank you, guys. Bye, everyone. Good night. Thank you.